African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation on the 13th of October, 2023. In the period from 7 to October 13th, 2023, the armed forces of the Russian Federation carried out 8 group strikes by Iskander-M operational tactical system and unmanned aerial vehicles. The strikes hit one warehouse of missile, artillery weapons, and military equipment, production workshops of enterprises manufacturing weapons and military equipment, as well as accommodation points for Ukrainian servicemen, nationalists, and foreign mercenaries. As a result of the strikes, storage facilities for U.S.-made Willard motor boats, one field artillery depot of Kherson Combined Force Grouping of Armed Forces of Ukraine, one hardware depot at the Donasuto Service Ship Repair Plant close to Ilyichevsk, Odessa region, and a fuel and lubricant storage base at the Human Airfield, Cherkasy region, were destroyed. In Kupiansk direction, units of the Zapad group of forces supported by aviation and artillery captured more favorable positions. 46 armed forces of Ukraine attacks were repelled close to Ivanovka, Simkivka, Kharkov region, and Makivka, Lugansk People's Republic. In addition, armed forces of Ukraine 25th Airborne, 14th, 92nd Mechanized Brigade's manpower and hardware have been hit close to Simkivka, Timkovka, Kharkov region, and Novosolovskoye, Lugansk People's Republic. The enemy losses were more than 830 armed forces of Ukraine servicemen killed and wounded, 3 tanks, 4 armored fighting vehicles, 19 motor vehicles, and 17 artillery guns. 2 missile artillery ammunition depots of foreign mercenaries and the 1st Special Operations Brigade were destroyed near Volchansk and Ogortsovo, Kharkov region. In Krasny-Lyman direction, the Ukrainian armed forces using 5th National Guard, 63rd and 67th Mechanized Brigades made unsuccessful attempts to regain lost positions near Chervenaya Dybrova, Lugansk People's Republic, and Yampolovka, Donetsk People's Republic. As a result of competent actions by units of the Center Group of Forces, airstrikes, artillery fire, and heavy flamethrowers, 22 enemy attacks were repelled. The enemy losses were more than 895 servicemen, 4 tanks, 11 armored fighting vehicles, 19 guns, as well as 1 Czech-made Vampire MLRS. In Donetsk direction, units of the U Group of Forces, in cooperation with aviation and artillery, repelled 17 attacks by Ukrainian armed forces near Vasilyevka and Vodyanoye, Donetsk People's Republic. Over the week, the enemy has lost more than 1,580 servicemen killed and wounded, 4 tanks, 30 armored fighting vehicles, 22 motor vehicles, 14 field artillery guns, as well as 1 Grad MLRS. In addition, 2 armed forces of Ukraine sabotage and reconnaissance groups and 5 field ammunition depots were eliminated. In South Donetsk direction, due to cohesive actions, the Russian units have improved the situation along the front line and repelled 8 armed forces of Ukraine attacks. 3 armed forces of Ukraine sabotage and reconnaissance groups have been disabled. Over the week, the enemy has lost more than 1,285 militants killed and wounded, 10 armored fighting vehicles, 22 motor vehicles, 14 field artillery guns, as well as 1 Grad MLRS. In Zaporozhye direction, for attacks of assault groups of armed forces of Ukraine's 65th Mechanized, 71st Jaeger Brigades were repelled by intensive actions of the Russian units, airstrikes, and artillery fire near Verbovoy and Rabatino, Zaporozhye region. The enemy losses were more than 385 servicemen, 3 tanks, 9 armored fighting vehicles, 14 motor vehicles, and 14 field artillery guns. In Kherson direction, the enemy units made unsuccessful attempts to capture bridgeheads on islands and the left bank of the Dnieper. Over the week, more than 325 militants, 9 field artillery guns, 1 Grad MLRS, and 53 motor vehicles have been eliminated. In addition, 3 ammunition depots and 2 sabotage and reconnaissance groups were eliminated on Alyoshkinsky and Peryaslavsky Islands. Fighter aviation of the Russian Aerospace Forces shot down 1 Su-25 ground attack aircraft of the Ukrainian Air Force close to Preobrazhenka, Zaporizhzhia region. Operational tactical and Army aviation, missile troops, and artillery destroyed 1 Su-25 ground attack aircraft at Dolgentsevo Airfield, Dnepropetrovsk region, 1 Tochka-U missile system launcher near Peresignoi, Kharkov region, 1 S-300 SAM system close to Nikolaev, as well as 2 ST-68U radar stations for the detection, identification, and tracking of aerial targets near Malovarvarovka, Nikolaev region. In addition, air-delivered ordnance depots were destroyed near Dubivka, Cherkasy region, and Preluki, Chernigov region, as well as fuel depots at airfields Ozernoy near Zhytomyr and Mirgorod, Poltava region. Air defense facilities have intercepted 19 MRs, Alka, and Uragan projectiles, 7 JDAM aerial guided bombs, 12 HARM anti-radiation missiles, as well as 2 Neptune anti-ship missiles. 218 armed forces of Ukraine unmanned aerial vehicles were eliminated. The Black Sea Fleet's naval aircraft destroyed 1 armed forces of Ukraine uncrewed surface vehicle in the Black Sea waters. In total, 488 airplanes and 250 helicopters, 7,790 unmanned aerial vehicles, 441 air defense missile systems, 12,546 tanks and other armored fighting vehicles, 1,163 combat vehicles equipped with MLRS, 6,753 field artillery guns and mortars, as well as 14,143 units of special military equipment have been destroyed during the special military operation. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.